What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Must Clank with Jack and Proxy. What's up, Proxy? How are you doing today?
What's up, Jack? Thanks for having me, man. It's great to be here.
Hey, you know, I guess I'm not even having you here. This is our show, you know?
True.
We're having each other. That's what I'm talking about.
I need to start thinking about myself as a founder in general, so this is good.
I agree.
This is a good step.
I agree. I could say that as a founder myself of Must and as a member and partner of Zero Rights Media, I got to start thinking of myself that way as well. You know, it's just really important to keep building yourself. A little different levels here, but that's all right. All right.
No, man. Hey, let me just say, just like right off the bat, this is what Ethereum has to do in general. If it's just everyone's like fucking side project, we're so cooked and it's over already. But if we can make our side projects like a life, then we're going to win. So that's the vibe.
Very true. All right. So let's talk about the general idea behind the show and what we want to do for you all out there who are listening. This show is just to talk about the hottest and newest things coming up, or to break. It's really just covering the Clanker ecosystem. Personally, I believe that Clanker has some of the most potential to push base and help it grow and help grow the whole ship. So I'm very stoked on it. Alex, what do you want to get out of the show?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think first of all, we want to make you a household name across America. So I'm thinking top of Spotify, top of Apple Podcasts, all of that. I also think, you know, there's so much happening in the Clanker eco that even I, as like founder in the trenches, watching this, buying this, I get lost. There's just so many launches. So I want to cover it. I want to cover it weekly, and I want to yap about all of them.
What are we at to right now? So I was checking clanker.world earlier. It was 49,587 or something like that.
So wild.
Is that not insane?
Dude, I mean, I think it's insane for a few reasons, but one being that we have not like optimized for number of launches. So this is just like there remains demand to win with Clanker, and that's very exciting for us. We also want launches to, you know, win and last throughout time. Like, it's really important to me that it's not just constantly new coins, but I always love a new coin too. So
yeah, I mean, it is kind of the attention economy. So you have to have these new coins coming out, really. You know, let's do our must clanks of the week.
Real clank shit. Clank with your boys. Damn, son, where'd you clank this?
What are 5 tokens that if you right now were the average person listening, which one must you clank? Which one must you hit that buy button on?
So I'm just going to talk about like clankers in general, all 50K.
Okay, that's a lot of them.
I would say obviously Banker, man. I mean, first 100%. Of all, Deployer is just like one of my favorite devs. You know, someone who I watched build through the hype, the fucking bear on Farcaster, and he has what it takes from a technical level. He also has a very clear vision of what he wants to do, which is bring, you know, agentic interfaces for trading out into the world, allow people to swap in natural language, to do not just like, you know, ETH to token swap, but sell 5% of everything in my wallet. Much more advanced kind of trading tools. I think a huge part of like the original thesis for Clanker was make complex stuff simple, and that agents are going to help us do that. So Banker is bringing that to life. Let me see. I mean, dude, I have to say that I love the Bumhole boys. I always forget what the actual coin is called.
What, BUMSHAFT?
Yeah, BUMSHAFT. So Bro. BUMSHAFT is like it's one of the IBS index, which is like base fart coin, base butthole.
The IBS. Nice. I like that.
Yeah, I may have come up with that. I'm honestly not sure. But yeah, you know, Pizza, I believe, is involved in the CTO, and Pizza is just like such a chat. I've had the pleasure of speaking with him a couple of times. He launched an NFT collection this week, and I have just seen them all over my timeline.
All over.
That little, I don't even know. It's like a testicle plus a shaft?
It's a bum shaft. Yeah. It's instead of a dick butt, it's more of a butt with the dick.
Okay. Interesting.
Shaft. Sorry.
Yeah, just the shaft, I think. To me, it's like that cute, disgusting little fucker is taking over. And I honestly love it. And so, yeah, I'm bidding pizza. Native is going to be a perpetual, like I'll mention it all the time. Derek has 5 announcements coming out this week. I don't even know what they are, but like, I know that man is on a mission. I know that some of what he's building, I think it's going to be big. Clank Fun, super undervalued, I think, compared to what Nick has built out. That's 4. And I mean, man, I got to say it, Clanker. And I can't even really say much more than that, but I would just say mathematically undervalued.
I was going to say, if you didn't throw it on there, it was like probably number 1 on my list for if you're getting into the ecosystem, if you want to enjoy what is being built here. The easy play is Clanker right now, especially at like a market cap of whatever it is, like a 30 million-ish. Like that's an easy play to me. There's just so much, mathematically, exactly. And there's plenty to show the values there. 50 million annual so far.
I think what I would say is we've been in a really frothy market where like Base has caught a bit of the meme coin buzz with projects like Clanker or even to a larger degree virtuals. But you still just need to remember how small we are comparatively, how much upside there is in a product or a protocol like Clanker. Clanker's revenue is quite significant. And what I would say is that we have basically been playing catch up with the growth that we saw immediately after shipping for 5 days. And now we're starting to get into much more kind of forward-looking territory. And I'm quite excited to build out, our vision. I'll talk about it more at another date. But yeah, just go look at our revenue. I think there's going to be a flow into value in the future. And I recommend everyone check out Clanker. I mean, just today, there was a launch, AI launch, VVV, and holders of Clanker received an airdrop. I haven't been able to hunt down the specifics there, but I know that I received thousands of dollars.
Okay. So that was actually on my list to ask you about. This was huge news today, folks. This VVV, AI thing, the red scare with AI, and this might be a way to protect your data. I'm not sure, but I know that it's being backed by Base. You can purchase your yearly subscription in crypto, and that I got an airdrop and I didn't know why. And then I saw that you posted it's because I'm holding TokenBot. It's because I'm holding Clanker.
And I haven't even really been able to confirm the specifics of like when the snapshot was, but I do know that it was mentioned that large AI coins on Base were included in this, and a bunch of different wallets of mine that, hold Clanker at some point were included. And I love it. I think it's very much in the ethos of our eco. So I was happy to see it.
Yeah, I think I'm so super stoked, and then I top shot that bad boy. I top bot the hell out of that thing. And, I lost a bunch of money right away, but I got free money first. So it was all good. I'm basically the worst trader ever, but I will say the one thing that I stand behind is, my Clanker trades. They're usually pretty good.
Yeah. And Jack, one thing I would say is like being a bad trader is actually a great motivation to make a lot of money doing something else, like building something. And so I believe in you, man.
But do you know why I'm a bad trader?
Because you care too much.
Yes, I'm too loyal.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm way too scared to sell ever, because if I buy it, it means I believe in you. And if I believe in you, I don't want to make you, I'm just too, you know what? Don't necessarily be like me, but, but do believe in things, believe in people.
It's a balance, right? I think like you have to be a little bit self-interested to win at trading.
Yeah.
But you also, you want to catch like the real upside of people in your proximity. And if you're not doing that, if you're not like holding coins when the market rejects them, you're probably just chasing, and you'll get crushed by something eventually. Yeah. And a lot of like easy wins will become an easy loss. So I always recommend just like, pick a number you're trading with and trade with that number. It shouldn't be your whole portfolio.
That is a good call, and I'm trying to be better about that. I know that I've stuck, like a lot of the times though, some of the guns that I'm sticking to, just they pay out in the long run, because
totally.
I believe in them and they keep working, just like, what we've been talking about. Another thing I want to talk about, this ONCHAIN coin was launched this week. That was a pretty interesting one, especially because obviously, you and I have had lots of conversations around content, and Jesse dropped a video where he was trying to on-chain random people on the street, and people kind of, it went viral, but not necessarily in the way you would think. People were kind of calling it cringe or saying it was lame. I don't know, but whatever. It doesn't matter, because it worked and a ton of people saw it, at least in the community. And now there's a challenge out there to go do it yourself. If you can do it better, cool. Let's see. But then the dude launches ONCHAIN, and he uses that, oh, hi kids, the skateboard, Steve Buscemi meme. But he face swaps, Jesse with it, and Jesse instantly buys 500 of it with Banker. So is that like a cool double bull symbol? I mean, that is pretty rad.
I think it was, I love that. I think Jesse, first of all, is just like, Jesse's a gem. We're so lucky to have him.
Yeah.
Also, like, Jesse can't do everything perfectly. Like, I thought his video was great. Like, who cares? Like, we're trying to spread the message. I do understand though the people making fun of him, like, talking to random people, telling them get on chain. Like, it's not how I would onboard someone, but that's what's so beautiful is like Jesse doesn't want to be the one saying like, this is how to do it. Jesse wants to be empowering a bunch of people to collectively spread that message. I think it also just shows that like he has a sense of humor about himself. He's not stuck up. He's not too precious about it, which I appreciate. I'm a very different kind of guy in many ways than Jesse. Like, I think I wouldn't talk about like hashtag based builders as much, but I love that Jesse does. He's got to do something different than I do. He's the head of a huge global brand connected to a, publicly traded company. I am Clanker co-founder. And, it's just like a different ball game, and that's chill. The dude has been like, in some ways, one of our best meme deployers.
He's deployed a lot, right?
He's deployed a lot. I think it's slightly complicated in that a lot of them have gone up a lot and then gone down. But you know what? I'm usually a buyer when dude deploys.
Yeah, he's got a great following on Farcaster. This is one of those things where Farcaster people eat first. I actually saw this one first on X, though, somehow.
That's been like a Clanker phenomenon, is a lot of big Farcaster people turning to X to get a wider distribution.
Yeah, because that is the only problem. You're going to see it first if you're on Farcaster, and that's one of the things I love about Farcaster. But yeah, that wide, you need to cast that net a little further. But I still suggest that people move over to Farcaster at least. And that was a big thing happening this week. Was it Jesse mentioning like how you make your first $1,000 on Farcaster, or how, it's like, I think that's one place to start. Go over to Farcaster and check out what's cooking over there first, and then you'll be able to find it on the timeline elsewhere.
What I've found is that I built my entire name and reputation on Farcaster. It's where I've spent a lot of time. The entire last year of my life I spent on Farcaster, and I met so many developers. I met so many people that I'm now like building with. It's where Jack and I met. I made money, not like, some huge amount of money, but I made money that sustained my work. And I was like inspired and motivated to work way harder and at a higher level than I was prior. And that that's like super intangible and amazing. I think you're kind of just like a little foolish if you aren't wondering like, where did all of these projects come from? Why did, I don't know, a couple thousand people know about them before me? And what's going on over there? I know Dan's been talking about this as like a marketing strategy. Farcaster is the best place to make money and then make friends. And my experience has been that like Farcaster has led to an amazing network and making a lot of money.
You know what's interesting too about Farcaster is I went to I've been on X for a long time, or Twitter, and I went to Farcaster and I enjoyed it there because I was able to interact with people I really wanted to, much easier. And I started to grow my reputation on Farcaster. And then when I went back to X, I just blew up way harder. Like would just like things went way, like now suddenly, it's like you're building these relationships with people who are a lot more significant because it's easier to connect with them. And then you go to Twitter, you get one shout out and suddenly you start to pop off. You become one of the significant insiders or whatever. And I think I would suggest that for anybody who doesn't already have some huge following on X, like go check out, why not try to grow on Farcaster, because that group of people will follow you to both places. Like that's what it feels like to me.
I don't really see this like huge distinction between Farcaster and Twitter. Like they're both part of generally crypto.
Yeah.
I think that what Farcaster gave me was a really high quality, very tight knit network of people who like, it's how I met Jesse. Jesse was supporting my work on Farcaster way before Clanker in a very like, personal way. He subscribed to my hypersub. He would read my newsletters and like write me an email. And that was incredibly motivating. And, I once emailed Jesse and asked him for advice on how I could grow a project I was working on. And he sent me back one line, which was basically, you should focus on, getting runway for 18 months. And that is like a period of time I mark. I have it, marked on my calendar because it was when I started thinking about making money as a project. And it's when I prioritized thinking really hard about that and not thinking about it in like, oh, I'm going to go, maybe raise a lot of money or make a lot of money trading. It's just like when I started thinking about protocol design. And now we have, more than 18 months runway. And I just think that's amazing that like, as essentially a nobody in crypto, Jesse was reading my newsletter just because I was writing about stuff that was relevant to him. And I don't know if that happens on X. I do know it happens on Farcaster.
Exactly. It's 100%. Could not agree more. It is the place where you can really start to connect with the people who believe in builders. And you should just be there. You should go over there.
It's going to be a little hard. Like Farcaster
is hard.
It's not easy mode, bro. Like, I don't even see your posts on Farcaster. I see them on X. And that's like, I don't know why, but give it some time is maybe my note. It's not easy. I will say that. It was very hard. But it's worth it because it's however much time you put into it, you'll get it back in spades, like tons. Like if you're putting the time in to really communicate with people, that's where it works. It's not as much about the, kind of like spam posting or bull post. Like it's a lot more about like honest, open communication. And they're still memeing. You can still go have fun memeing. Let's talk about what we could clank. Maybe what's the meta right now and where we see the meta going. Like, I think that is always going to be the question. Forever is going to be the question is what's the next Clanker meta? And let me say this about the meta. I want to see people making more memes. And, I think some of this will come from like our side. I want to see a little bit of like funnier clankers that break through because they're relevant. I think we've had a bunch of product and utility clankers shine. And part of that is because people are like They're forcing the clank a bit. They've seen people make money. But I actually really believe that meme coins at their best should be funny, relevant, and accessible to a broad audience. And so, that's why like one of my all-time favorite clankers is the one where the dog wrote the ticker, where it's just like, to me, it's just like a perfect little joke and everyone got it. And it went up a lot. And obviously it's down a lot since, but like I probably will start accumulating at some point in the near future. But yeah, that's what I want to see. And we're going to do stuff for that. But I think the meta is like the market is down. ETH needs to win, dude. ETH needs to like go way harder, or we're just gonna Sol's gonna kill us.
Yeah, or it's done. I mean, we are getting to that do or die point. I feel like, because even the believers are starting to go like, oh, this is what's going on here. Hey,
dude, it's like not even that I'm worried about like ETH existing, people building relevant, cool stuff on ETH. I just don't want like all of us to get washed out. And I think it's really important that like we figure out, how we fight back and like build a culture we're proud of and grow that culture. And so to me, the meta is like wartime. It's like wartime PFP, put on the milady, fuck like what the experts thought. We have to come up with something new.
Yeah. Make your own meta. Why aren't there more like, we haven't seen people as much, I feel like Clanker hasn't clankified as many people as I thought they would. I remember when Chris Corella dropped his, that was like a big one at first. It shot up pretty high and then dropped, kind of like evened out or whatever. But like that was a big deal. And I thought it was going to be a following, like everybody was going to clankify themselves. And it didn't really happen.
Yeah. I'm a little skeptical about social tokens. Let me just say, like, there's been a bunch of hot, like, apps that have launched, like Stack and fucking Clout. And the one I like the best is Salvino's, what's it called?
Yapster.
I think like Salvino did something interesting on the social side. I think the coins are just regular coins. Like eventually, they won't go up as much and they'll have to build something more interesting. But I like the direction. I think social tokens are hard because it's like, okay, you have clout, right? You tokenize it, people buy it, some people exit, and it's like, what's next? To me, it's very hard to sustain that on just like one person over time. I think that you were smart actually to make it a meme and not just make like Jack coin.
Yeah.
Because
that would have sucked.
A meme is a brand. A brand can represent a lot. A person is just one person. Like I could launch a proxy clanker and that shit would pump and then it would dump. Like that's just how social, it's like we've seen it a million times. So yeah, memes are powerful. People are fallible.
So I'm a one clanker kind of guy, I'm a one clank guy.
You're such a loyal man.
But I did want to create something whenever I created Must, which, fine. I'm going to show a little bit. Buy some Must, dude. Buy some Must.
Oh, yeah,
it's sick.
dude.
Cool mustache, very based. Not you. Alex holds it. I hold it.
I'm going to buy some more right now. Why not?
When I picked up, it's a good time, baby. Market's hot. Market's dead. So we need to buy some more Must.
Hell yeah.
When I made it, like a big idea for me was like, look, it was off the back of a successful video. It was a funny thing that got said in the video. It's something that I'm deeply attached to because I've had a mustache, I think at this point, the majority of my life somehow. And it's just something that I like. And, I didn't realize how much I thought it was a cringe millennial thing, and I didn't realize how popular they are again. I got on fucking TikTok or whatever, Instagram and just search mustache. Dude, it is completely blown up again. Now they're everywhere. And I saw Nosferatu, best mustached movie of all time. There's more sick mustaches in that than any, I've never seen wider, like, Wide Earp is a good one too.
Dude, I mean, mustaches are timeless. Like it's a timeless, it's fucking cool as hell. I can't even lie. Like I right now do not have a mustache. I could obviously grow like a huge mustache, but
like the gnarliest mustache I've seen.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, the thing is like I have to talk to a lot of VCs, and they might be prejudiced against mustaches. Who knows? So,
which is whack, because you can have them in the military. So why? Well, maybe they don't like the military. Who knows, dude?
Yeah, maybe like VCs are evil. And
VCs are babyface though a lot of times, huh?
They are.
Well, yeah, VCs are babyface. Developers and builders seem to be more like beard coated.
Yeah, I think there is like a new kind of VC that's like they have a ranch somewhere and they're trying to be like man. They
jump out of planes.
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, I buy Must all day. I just bought a little bit, and everyone should. I just want to thank you, Jack, for like standing next to me in this great fight against, basically like ETH backsliding into irrelevance. Like ETH is cool as hell. We have huge upside here to build a culture we fuck with on base, and I'm excited to do it with you.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited to do it with you. Anything else you want to leave on? I mean, that was pretty awesome. I don't mind that.
I think I'll just leave it on like we'll be back. We'll be talking about a lot more clankers, and we'll definitely like bring on some guests just to have spice of life. And yeah, I mean, listen, like there's a long year ahead. I'm very excited for February. I heard Jack is going to Denver, hosting some events with some motherfuckers. So it's going to be good.
Jack.
Jack Dishman, my co-founder.
Yeah. I hate it. I feel like I have to call him Dish now because I can't, or I can start going by Wild.
No, I should call him Dish. In the context of this you're the most of this podcast. You're the most important, Jack. 100%.
No, I appreciate that for the podcast. Anyways, dude, I just want to say thank you so much. I'm stoked. I think this is going to be a great time, and hopefully it brings a lot of I don't know. Hopefully it's just fun, dude. We want to be fun.
Let's just have
hopefully
fun.
It's fun.
If it's not fun, let's kill it and just retire completely.
Exactly, dude. Screw off. Like, don't need it in my life if it's not fun. There's enough shit that drives me crazy. So hopefully you as a listener are enjoying it. Alex, Proxy, my man, my brother, I appreciate you. Until next time.
Talk soon.
Later.